Hey everybody, I'm happy to announce a brand new lesson pack which is available on my website, and it covers a topic that many of my students ask me about: arpeggios. They want to learn a comprehensive way of playing them on the guitar in a way that makes sense to guitar players, and of course using shapes and forms that lie well on the fingerboard. They also want to cover chords that are being used in the music that we play. Well, this is exactly what I cover in this lesson pack entitled Excellent Arpeggios. Of course, learning arpeggios is important not only because you get to reproduce the sounds of the chords in your lines, but it's also one of the better ways of learning the fingerboard. You get to visualize the chord shapes and see how they change when the chords go by. Now, this works in many different styles of music. So as you just heard, the idea is to make music with these arpeggios, but before we can get to that point, we need to have an effective way to map them out on the fingerboard. The lesson pack is just under 40 minutes, and in it I cover my favorite fingerings for the main chords used in pop, jazz, blues, and R&B. Major, minor, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 6, half-diminished, fully diminished, and augmented. It may seem like a lot, but I'll simplify things as we go along. I'll be showing you my favorite shapes and fingerings for each arpeggio. Each arpeggio will get 4 different fingerings. Now, I'm reluctant to play things that are difficult or uncomfortable on the guitar. I want things to be as easy as possible. So with just a little bit of strategy, you can move your playing hand into a more comfortable playing position. And I'll be showing you this as well. All right, here is the arpeggio for a major chord played with the root on the 6th string with your 2nd finger. So it's based off this chord here. And I play it like this. Of course, full tabs are included, and there are 35 examples in total. All right, next up is a dominant 7 arpeggio. This is a 4-note chord: 1, major 3rd, 5, flat 7, and 1. And let's do it in A7 right here. So as per usual, let's start with the 6th string and our 2nd finger. Next, 5th string, 4th finger. These arpeggios are the same ones that we were being drilled on in university by our teachers. At the time, I didn't understand why they were placing so much emphasis on learning and memorizing these arpeggios, but here I am 20 years later, and I use them every single time that I play. Moving on to my personal favorite, the major 7. Let's play it again in the key of A, so A major 7 based on this chord shape. And the notes would be, again, or the chord tones are 1, major 3rd, 5, major 7, and 1. So A, C sharp, E, G sharp, and A. Let's start with the root on the 6th string using our 2nd finger. This is indeed my favorite fingering, and the way that I play it differs from what you would find in most books. Most books will have you play it this way. I never felt comfortable playing those 4 downstrokes in a row. So the way that I play it, and I've seen George Benson do something similar, is to have a position shift. Now, as I mentioned numerous times in the lesson pack, it's not only important to be able to play the arpeggios from top to bottom, it's equally important to visualize where these chord shapes sit on the neck. I would say that's just as important as learning how to play them. Next up is minor 7 flat 5. This is a very useful one. The chord tones are 1, flat 3, flat 5, and flat 7. So again, if we're in the key of A, it would be A, C, E flat, G. And exceptionally for this arpeggio, I prefer to start with the first finger on the 6th string. It's more comfortable to play. And now 5th string, 1st finger. This is probably the most comfortable of the bunch. This is one that I definitely use a lot. Let's quickly transpose this one to D minor 6. The lesson pack can be purchased directly from my website, and feel free to drop me a line while you are there. I hope that you can incorporate these arpeggios into your playing, and with just a little bit of practice, you'll begin to see the fingerboard open up. I can guarantee this.